Spawning in the blue color, we have got Max Train, aka Shelty, playing as Odin. And on the other side, this is Mariano. Actually, my first time casting him. He's playing as Zeus in the red. So this is Group 7 of the Wisdom of Thoth tournament. $1,000 are on the line. And only 2 people can move out of the group. There are 4 people in the group. There's also Kavoth and there's Anti-Raider. It's all the people. And they are basically in a double elimination format in that little group of theirs. But there's a total of 32 people, which is why we've got such a big prize pool of 1K. Now, let's go over those relics. My favorite activity in the arcade cage. We got the Blanket of Empress Zoe. That's a little bit of crush armor for buildings. We've got Canopic Jar of Imseti for a little bit of infantry training time reduction. We've got the Armor of Achilles for infantry hack armor. And we've got the Odin's one for temple upgrade discounts. And yeah, quick shout out as well to our website subscribers who essentially keep us fed, pay the bills, and get this project running, keep it running as well. Bring tournaments like this in the process. If you want to join the ranks, collect all your perks, check out our website section for subscribers. It explains it all. Our next goal is actually all about hosting monthly show matches. They're currently on pause except for special subscriber requests. But if we hit the $200 per month goal, then we'll be putting on monthly show matches in addition to our leagues. And we're almost there, actually. We're 150 something at the moment. Anyway, time for that classical age fairly soon. There's a lot of hunt on Marsh as always, but especially this one. So many boars. Holy boars. Second gold mines are relatively secure as well. Rather easy to wall. A Zeus second TC would essentially secure the second gold mine immediately here for our red player, so that's actually great news there. Especially when you go up against Shelty, you're gonna need that. Shelty is an absolute monster these days, and I'm not quite sure how close Mariano is to his skill level, but overall Shelty always makes it quite deep into the tournament, so pretty hype business. About to click up to classical, or should have done, but he's cranking at an extra villager. So Mariano, we've got a hero coming up. Oh god, he's going up to 500 third. Yeah, definitely a little late on this. But gets Athena, and they're gonna be roughly at the same time. He's going for the Armor of Achilles, which is gonna be great for those hoplites. They're already quite armored, and they're gonna be even better. Hell, he could pick up the Canopic Jar of Imseti, and then it's a hoplite factory. That goes burr. Shelty gonna be picking Freya, so nothing too crazy here. Especially against Zeus, you don't really want to Heimdall rush. You got those super strong heroes. You've got Bolt. So even with a relatively exposed gold mine like this, it's not all that threatening, I'm afraid, to try to go Heimdall rush. So I wonder where this Jason's gonna go next. Could pick up the Blanket of Empress Zoe. Greek buildings are already a lot better than Norse ones, and capitalizing further on that could be a huge boon. Then again, it's not that often that Norse gets to the sieging stage of the game, so Canopic Jar of Imseti for now. And there's this one, Odin's one, all the way in the corner. Temple upgrades, who needs them anyway? They're not the highest priority. Usually you just get the eco upgrades and the unit line upgrades all the way until Mythic, and then maybe you pick up Olympic Parentage, but like I suspect the favor would be rather saved for Forge of Olympus in the Mythic Age. That's what I'd expect. So, Longhouse coming up for Shelty. He's looking with the Valkyrie. Not gonna go for the Forest Fire. Might save it for later. But considering that there's not all that many forests, could be actually meaningful. Anyway, Valkyrie easily picked off. Third relic coming in now. So at least Mariano has that. Double pumping them hoplites now. Currently training in 11 seconds. It's almost matching the Ozarks, dude. That's crazy. Which are training in 9 seconds. So definitely nice reduction there. A nice catch on this house. Goes down super quick. I'll be backing off from here. I'd actually really like to see some Toxodis getting added to this in the future. For the moment, Shelty has not made any throwing axemen, which makes these hoplites all the more dangerous. Definitely have the potential to take down the house and the front tower and threaten this location as a whole. But Shelty has now started making throwing axemen, and that's going to shut this down. There's a forest fire. Villagers have to escape right into the clutches of the cavalry. Should have gone to the tower. Now you're dead. Take that, villager. Where is Odysseus? He would be so important to have here just to deal with those throwing axemen. Plus, our Toxodis dreams are staying memes for the moment. Very little wood from Mariano being gathered. Like only 2 villagers, but he's still building up a bank. Needs to make those houses super quick. He's on it. He's on the case. Hunters are about to be caught by the raiders, but they're fairly weak. So the hoplites rushing in should be able to help out a ton. Shelty definitely really nice at this backstab situation. He's so confident about that. Greek moves out, Shelty goes in. Don't want to mess with the guy. Finally, we're seeing some Toxodis getting added. That should help a lot. There's a second archery range getting added as well. I'm just afraid that Mariano is a little late to the party overall, making all these expensive hoplites, whereas Shelty's, logically speaking, just spending wood and overall making bank. He's gonna be going heroic age very soon, and he'll be able to freeze that entire army. How maybe he can hit at the same time with some raiders. This is a little spooky, I'll admit. Main gold mine is expiring. And you bet that Mariano knows exactly that that's happening. He's still got restoration. And if he can control the gold right now, that is the timing to hit. So he's doing exactly the thing that he needed to. Still going to open up this base, it seems, as the hoplites do need a way out now. I know it's just raving, dude. It's gonna be hard for Shelty to get anywhere, and the hoplites have been left behind for defense. Mariano playing this very cleanly. But as I said before, I'm confident Shelty's going up, Scotty. Yep. And that's been going pretty well. The raiders will be rejoining the fight. Good micro by Mariano separating these units and trying to avoid the cav, but just not enough. Either way, he protects them with the rest of the hoplites. They're not medium hoplites yet. But man's maxed out for sure. Didn't get medium anything actually. So he's about to get frozen, I think. Shelty now gonna be able to fight this head on. He's got a Frost Giant, which is a lot better than a Minotaur. Starting to tank the shots from Odysseus. He's more than happy to take the direct fight here. He's maxed out, so he could technically also build a hill fort. But I think he's just happy doing the damage. Starting on the Odysseus with the handful of raiders that he's got. Oh, there's the one hoplite hitting him. Pull out the kitchen knives. It's a medium hoplite too, by the way. So they'll be staying alive a little longer. Every hit through the frost basically does 1 damage there. With the Frost Giants being better. It's got 2 damage types, so 2 damage. AOM forces a minimum of 1. Even through crazy armor like during Frost. Where you're full on 99%. And there goes the restoration. That will help a lot. When all this army is hurt, he's just getting them back to normal. Oh yeah, that's actually a very good point. When the Minotaur got frozen by the Frost Giant, the normal Frost wouldn't work. So yeah, that's a way you can pick out something to kill. What's frozen may never freeze. Raiding cavalry joining into the fight, and they're gonna land right on top of those archers. It's not a whole lot of hoplites to protect them. This is a huge issue. The throwing axemen also fighting the Toxotes at this point. All of the raiders have fallen, but this is a hard hold for Shelty. 96 population now against 77, so definitely paid off. The Greek villagers are all over the place, and the ravens know. Hoplite doing a good job here. Being super annoying. Luring the crocodile into the mix. Okay, that one won't happen, but still Shelty's hold was great. And from here, all of these throwing axes will be healing themselves up passively. So what does Mariano do now? Looks like it's wave 2, man. It's wave 2. He doesn't have the resources to go heroic, not even close. He has to remake an expensive Greek army. The Odysseus just sacrificed himself into the throwing axemen. That's not good. So Shelty should be able to tech up a little bit. Get a hill fort somewhere. Soon TM. Especially once he has heavy throwing axemen. Which he has the... He has not got the resources for that, actually. Killing a lot of these hoplites right now. Picking off the hero, and now the Frost Giant rules supreme. Especially if more of them get added. This is definitely a good time to make a hill fort here. Cover the gold mine. I guess he just wants to take another efficient fight, which he is certainly doing. Forcing the hunters away, maybe that's the right choice. But you can see how much army was pulled away, and still he can chase all these Toxotes. So committing like 5 guys to make a hill fort here, and then switching into a little bit of Huskarl would be fantastic. Then you just make Huskarl and throwing axe, and Greek has a tough time stopping that while they're classical. Can even add in a few Jarl for good measure. Since medium cap is already done, might as well. Right, let's see if any upgrades are coming in for Shelty. Doesn't look like it. Nothing from the armory. And nothing on these guys. What about Eco? He's got hand axe and pickaxe. Maybe a little bit too many hunters for what he's currently making. As for our Greek villagers, we've got hand axe and pickaxe. Hunting dogs that don't really help right now with those pigs. But we're out here. There's plenty of boar. Frost giants are upgraded to the fire versions. Firm, I suppose that's how you're supposed to pronounce that. Gives them a whole lot more health, more damage too. Once again, slaps adjacent down. Heavy infantry is finally through. And those Toxolis are in serious trouble. I think our Greek player might get gold starved soon. With this next Congo line of units joining in. How can you secure these gold mines at this point? You're not heroic, you don't have triple heroes. You don't have Hippospes to deal with the heavy throwing axes. And the Hippospes would be a better unit than the throwing axe, to be clear. But, well, you need a lot of them and you need to get on top. You're stuck in melee against raiding cav, that would be awful. And that's often what happens. Right now, these throwing axes can take on the freaking Toxolis. That's crazy. Bear in mind, Toxolis don't have much hack armor at all, so they're suffering here. As for the Frost Giants, they're more than capable of tanking the damage from the TC. Odysseus is a little issue. But there's so many Frost Giants. There's more Frost Giants than there are heroes. And they can do this all day. Archer range by Mariano. This is really a desperation move. Seems to me like Shelty should just take this game without any further issues. Still hunting a lot. But as he reaches the max out state, he's gonna be thinking about the Mythic Age. They're just trying to run away, bit of a ring around the rosy situation. But Shelty once again just picks the army. He's already idled the villagers, so good enough for him. Sees if he can catch him. Might just go for the TC steal. Oh my god, that's so bad-mannered. No respect. 4 Frost Giants. Yikes, dude. That's a lot. That is a lot indeed. Even preparing a farm transition just in case he gets knocked out from the map. But I doubt that's happening somehow. There's the TC freed up some extra population for him. So here's more units. Win even harder in the next fight. There's the market now. VMAX. Just gotta save the resources for Mythic. Click whatever god power you choose and should be good to go. Taking down this classical age Greek army is absolutely no problem by this point. Even the raiders have been upgraded to be heavy. Wonder if they have any armory techs. No, they don't. Same story for the hoplites. They do have the 2 relics, which is very nice though. 38% hack armor, that's better than the throwing axemen have. That's very nice to see. Some pretty good stat lines, but I don't think that will matter. In fact, we're starting a kitchen knife fight. I think Shelty just must have clicked Mythic. Yeah, he's got Balder coming up. Still has a Congo line of units as well. And that's continuing. The last Frost Giant might drop, but so did the entire Greek army. I think Shelty's more than happy enough with this. He can just pull out of here anytime. Click Ragnarok when he's ready. The kitchen knife fight is going pretty well. In fact, he converted an Ulfsark because it's a heavy Ulfsark, why not, right? And with the reinforcements, he's able to take this on just fine. A lot of the throwing axes are actually dying here. He's kind of misrallied these guys. They're running through the tower defense. Mining Mariano's gold. Everything says it should be for Shelty, man. This is savage. Mythic Age is reached. But we're not clicking Ragnarok? Okay, we're clicking Ragnarok. I didn't hear no horn. Why didn't I hear no horn? That's annoying. Anyways, Shelty is on 240 population out of 130. Mariano's on 80. Good luck. This is gonna be absolutely savage. From every single direction, there's heroes coming. Shelty doesn't have a whole lot of resources, but you'll be able to replenish with 2 TCs for a while. I'm pretty sure you can destroy this TC no problem. Especially with the backup of 2 Frost Giants. He's got copper shields at the very least. And Mariano knows just fine what's gonna happen, so he will resign this one. Shelty takes this first game off the best of 3. Moving on. That was super solid. Alright, here's game 2. It's gonna be a bit of an Uranus mirror situation. Shelty's pretty solid at this, but I think Mariano is also inclined towards Uranus, so this will be interesting to watch. Especially on Alfheim, it's one of the most common maps to actually pick Uranus on. Certainly have seen it a lot. It's just pretty comfortable here. And why is it so likely to get a mirror? Well, there's blind pick. So the players don't actually know what the other person is picking. It just gets revealed as it happens. So if you think like, Uranus is good on this map, then probably end up with a mirror. Our relics, there's 4 of them. We've got the Scales of Cthulhu Pass for Mythian Crush Armor. Might actually matter a little bit between Promethean versus Promethean. The System of Bast will reduce the cost of villagers. Tale of Cerberus makes Mythian specials recharge faster. And we've got the Anvil of Hephaestus. Makes armory upgrades cheaper. Nothing too major in terms of relics this game. The hunt situation is definitely on the medium-ish side. If you also count the wolves, then it's kind of okay. I guess there's a bunch of aurochs in the corner. So that's not too bad then. Definitely worth getting the hunting dogs upgrade if you gobble all of that up. If not, then maybe less so. Now, Uranus mirrors are all about those Terma and Murmillo floods early on. Just kind of raid into each other, trade away, add some Prometheans, add some Cairo Ballista once you have a bigger army. Once there's enough targets basically for them. They are just there to shoot at the Murmillo. Shooting at anything else is kind of a waste. Especially as the Prometheans already counter them, you really don't want to give them the opportunity to do that until there's plenty of payoff. Also, don't want to go too deep with them because villagers wreck them. Going up through Prometheus means that there will be at least 2 citizen heroes by the time. And those things slap hard with their kitchen knives. But yeah, it's a very one-dimensional matchup. You just kind of do that kind of army. See who can out-micro who. The Terma can dodge each other's shots because of the Uranus speed bonus. They reach 5.5 speed once they have accelerated. So there's definitely some micro potential. It's not exactly shallow or without mechanics to it. But it's a very simple matchup, let's just say that. Typically can go 2 TC, second TC after like 8 or 9 minutes once you've maxed out. But be careful with securing your second gold mine though. And that's pretty much your guide to the matchup And then just as they are finishing up their temples, sometimes one deviation from what I just said might happen. Sometimes, if there's not that much hunt, the players will slap down 2 counter barracks and then just pump Terma. That could happen here, especially if they're not finding all the hunts. So let's take a look at that. Shelty doesn't know about the Aurochs down here, so he might actually do that. As for Mariano, he does. He already is eating up the Aurochs, so I don't think he will do the double Terma thing. But Shelty might. We shall see. Well, Prometheus is almost done. Same here. And we might see an Oracle Valor. That is actually something I wouldn't recommend because you make the Murmillo and Terma anyway. And those just make better heroes. These guys, I mean, they exist, so you can get them early in. But if you don't have to use it, then don't use it. Shelty is not going for it, that's for sure. They're just here in case. Military barracks, counter barracks. Military barracks, counter barracks. So even though Shelty doesn't know, he still wants that. He is going after all for those chickens and berries. Those provide you a lesser gather rate than Aurochs would, and for whatever reason he left this out there. How much meat? We can't check it. Nobody has it in vision, so we can't actually check it. Very sad. Is that a relic? Nah, we're just going through the house. Oh boy. It's a very tight base that Shelty made. I'm a little worried his units might get stuck if they rally to the wrong place. Like, if you rally the Murmillo here, that might be a problem. Anyway, Mariano starting to pick up some relics. Very hard working. Every little advantage can be snowballed, right? So, worth trying. I think this one will be Shelty's. Nope. Oh, the block. Oh my god, Terma versus Terma damage is savage. 21 health though, and gets away with the relic, which was the System of Past. Essentially lost a hero for it. But if later on you can get like copper shields, might be okay. Since he's got the armory one as well. So lots of savings. No use for the Mythnia special attack recharge time until you're heroic though. And even then, I'm not super positive that the players will choose to go... what's his face? Hyperion. I don't think they'll go Hyperion necessarily. It's okay to do it. But you can also go Feia and be just fine. Those Dryads or something else. Atlanteans have mercs at home. And nobody's getting housed here. Everyone's very well-mannered. Some great harassment from Shelty though, like going out on the map and starting to do some work is actually very important. And this is why I said you ought to delay your Cairo Ballista. Problem 1 is that you get caught like that. Problem 2 is you are not Kronos. These things are slow. 3.85 speed. Look, your Murmillo are running at 4.95. This thing is slowing everything down. Even the Prometheans get slowed down by the Cairo Ballista. Less of a problem if you're Kronos, like I said, but Oranos, it's the last thing you want to add to your army. And I'm not saying don't add them at all. I'm saying do it like Shelty could do it now. This is a good time. Should have like 3 of them when you're about to max out. There's plenty of Murmillos to hit, as you guys can see, especially in these choke points. So that's when you want it. But, in fact, he's not going to go for it at all. Continuing to harass the gold mine location. Expecting to see some big shockwaves. Good catch on that Promethean. It's totally surrounded, won't be able to get out. So that's essentially a free kill. Or something like that. Is even getting through from the back. Once again, killing a Cairo Ballista. But you see how fragile those things are? You have to be really careful with them. Shockwave coming through. Be surprised if Shelty doesn't use one of his own. He's choosing to Shockwave the Cairo Ballista. And that should be some free pickoffs once again. He's still winning the main fight despite being Shockwave through it. And that's going to be a gold star like situation with Mariano. Soon finishing up the home gold mine. He's already working out here, so that's nice. But he's losing so many Cairo Ballista, each of them worth 100 gold and 115 wood. The villagers here are probably toast. Shelty's on fire, and he's got no mercy to show. Even if he had any mercy, I'm not sure he would show it. Murmillo will get away, probably just work on surrounding the citizens, right? There's 2 of them in there. Devastating damage if he can successfully surround them and kill them. Look, the Atlantean army is just now getting here. Oh, he's using Valor so that the citizens can get away, but they're kind of surrounded still. The Murmillo now chasing. I'm not sure they'll get away even like this, but Shelty's kind of not looking. Some of the Terma still attacking there. It looks like that citizen might in fact escape. Nope. Nope, he denies it. This one at 40 health and dropping rapidly. Not moving. Mariano getting punished hard here. And once again, 4 Cairo Ballista. And what did they do? Not much. Oh, there's even more coming out. Jeez, they're getting jumped on. That's it. That's it. Oh. Shelty's on fire, as I said. 52 to 36 kills. Definitely getting ahead in that value department. Despite all those relics, they just never got into real play. And he was up by, what, 11 to 14 villagers? Yeah. He was behind in resources, at least. Still, he's going into the winner's round. Possibly going out of the bracket already. And Mariano going into the lose. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind the scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.